Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to day.
Our first full day in India. We got in yesterday. We didn't shoot anything yesterday, so we'll have to catch up on that later. But this morning, here in about 10 minutes, we're heading out to visit the Elephanta Caves, which are an island here near Mumbai. So the only way to get there is by boat, so we have about an hour boat ride ahead of us. We're going to take you along and visit those, kind of see what they are. A little bit of reading that I've done on them so far, where they were a temple to one of the Shiva goddesses. Hopefully we're going to learn a little bit more about them today. So we made it back from the Elephanta Caves, which were actually pretty interesting. We had a really good tour guide. We had one, he was labeled as an escort, Abi, who kind of met us at the hotel and then took us to the ferry to the island and then helped us navigate like getting onto the ferry. He took care of purchasing the tickets, getting us onto the ferry, making sure we had seats, and then once we got to the island, he kind of navigated us through getting through the dock up to the actual entrance to the Elephanta Caves, which was good because there was all sorts of people there that want to help you.
Yes.
That are willing to help you for a tourist cost. And then from the entrance of the Elephanta Caves, then we had another private guide that actually took us up, and that guide's name was Manoj.
Manoj, yep.
Pretty sure that's how you say it. Probably butchering it in reality, but we're just going to go with Manoj.
He was fabulous.
Yeah, so he actually lives on the island. So there are 3 villages, and they're on the island, and then there's maybe a population of like 1,800 people total on the island. But yeah, he lives on the island in one of the villages. So he took us up to the caves. Gave us the tour. He was really good at making sure we kind of stayed on schedule, made sure that we got to see the interesting bits, gave us a little bit of history on it, took time to explain everything that we were looking at, and then
Take photos.
Yeah, take photos. So
it was really cool. He took a
panoramic
photo, and then ended up doing a fancy shot where it was like two of me in the middle of him. So
yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and he was able to point out like good photo spots and like all the best places to take photos.
And he's a fabulous photo taker.
Yeah. So, and something that's not part of the tour, we ended up with a little bit of extra time since when we got there this morning, it wasn't quite busy yet, so it didn't take nearly as long. But at the end of the tour, we still had time, so he took us back to his village, saw one of the shrines in his village, and then he took us to his house where we tried some of their like a local sweet
dish.
Yeah, that his family made. It was a sweet dish.
And it was specifically for Diwali,
which is going on right now.
Yeah, so.
Or starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
yeah, starts tomorrow. So that was really cool. That was really interesting.
We got to meet his grandma. Or sorry, his mother.
His mom.
His mother.
Not his grandma. So that was really cool. Maybe everybody gets to do that. I doubt it. We'd like to think that was kind of something special we got to do. Cool. But, I mean, even if it wasn't, it was still a really cool experience to kind of get to see traditional life in that village. And then came back basically the same way, took us back to the entrance, met Abi, who then navigated us back on the boat back over to the mainland and walked us back to the hotel. So that took about we left here at 8:30 and got back around 1. So that was 4.5 hours, 5 hours. So not a super long tour. But like I said, it was really interesting. I learned a lot more than what I read on Wikipedia 30 minutes before we went. So that was nice. And then came back here, kind of just chilled out for a little bit. Some of us took a nap or worked on homework or...
I did all of that.
Yeah, I got caught up on all my reviews that I needed to write for the different places we'd been on, the tours we'd been on. So now that we're rested, I think we're gonna head out, maybe walk around the neighborhood a little bit, see what they have to offer, and then here in about 2.5 hours, we're gonna go on our street food tour. So, all right, ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. So we just left Marine Drive. We're headed back to the hotel. We have about an hour before we got to meet our guide for our street tour, or our food tour.
It's hot.
It is hot, as you can probably may or may not be able to tell. It's a little bit warm here. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, and we're technically starting their winter period, but it's about 90 degrees with a 60% heat or 60% humidity. So the heat index is about 100 degrees right now. We're feeling it. Luckily, where we're from, this is not anything new. But I'm wearing my wool on this trip, which is coming in really handy. Hopefully, I just washed this shirt yesterday, so hopefully I'll get a couple of wears out of it before I have to wash it again. But it wicks moisture really well, so I'm hoping by the time we get back to the hotel and cool off for a little bit, we'll have, it'll be back dry, or at least partly dry, mostly dry.
I apologize, I was waiting for you.
No, you're
upstairs.
fine, you're fine. We actually just walked in,
Sorry.
so.
White bread. We have 5 types of cheese over here. Basically, it's made out of whole wheat flour, we roll it up, and then it's fried in clarified butter.
My belly is full.
All right, so we just got back from our food tour. It's been a busy afternoon. As soon as we got back from walking at Marine Drive, our guide texted that he was here. I made an oopsie on the time and thought we were supposed to meet him at 5:30 when it was really 5 o'clock. So as soon as we got back to the room, we didn't even have time to cool off or anything, and then we headed out to our food tour. So needless to say, we're both tired.
Tired and stuffed.
Yeah.
Food tour was
great.
Great. We did, I think, 1, 2.
I don't know. I lost
I think
count.
it was almost 6 or 7 different stops, and I mean,
it was a lot of food.
it was a lot of food, and it was full size. Like at the one place that had the potato sandwich,
Yeah.
I was thinking like maybe we would share some of these, but no, we each got our own. It was a lot of food.
It was all really good food. Our guide was really good.
And our driver.
Yeah, but I mean, he took the time to. He gave us a little history of the restaurants we went to, how long they'd been around. Gave us a history of the food, kind of how it was prepared, and
Got to see it
Yeah.
being made. Like
Yeah,
he
made
would
sure-
make sure that we were able to go back and see how they did some of the cooking. Most of the time, there was a couple restaurants we sat down and ate, and then the rest of them we stood like right there and.
but
and ate.
that was very normal.
Yes,
Like there would be a
yes.
group of people gathered around the food cart or outside the restaurant eating, so it wasn't like we.
It was very vibrant too.
Yeah, so we ate a lot of food that the locals eat, and we ate it in the manner that the locals eat it. So it wasn't.
It was very savory. We had 2 sweet options,
Yeah.
2 drinks, and then plenty of water.
Yeah. I don't think we had any meat. It was all.
Yeah, it was all vegetarian.
All vegetarian.
It was a
but-
vegetarian spread.
Yeah, but it was all very, very tasty. Very
They
tasty. You wouldn't
know
miss.
how to do vegetarian.
Yeah, you wouldn't miss the meat if you're definitely somebody who is a meat and potatoes and has to have the meat.
You get a lot of potatoes.
You get a lot of potatoes, but you're not. I don't think I missed
Butter.
Yeah, I don't think I missed meat in any of the dishes. I don't think any of the
I'm
dishes
full.
would
Yeah.
have been better with meat in them. So as somebody who,
Primarily eats meat.
yeah,
Steak and potatoes.
it was a very good choice of food. So.
So
But-
it's around 8 o'clock we got back. We started at 5.
We both need showers.
We both smell really bad and are probably gonna sit down and watch Netflix for a little bit.
Before we pass out. But it's been our first full day in India.
Mhm.
So again, kind of starting at the top. Elephanta Caves, excellent choice. I really enjoyed that.
Walk around the marina.
Yeah,
And we walked.
there's a lot to see.
There
Just
is a lot. We're gonna do a
hustle.
lot of walking tomorrow.
We're gonna do a lot of walking, period.
Yeah.
But heat and humidity are gonna be a big factor.
I need to take some little bit more breaks tomorrow.
Yeah, make sure you stay hydrated.
I decided not to drink water today, and I paid for it there at the end.
All right, well, we're gonna sign off and go get cleaned up and call it a night.